Hey everyone, happy Thursday. Thanks for tuning in to this YouTube Live. I'm Waller's Wallet, and today Barclay has announced they're going to make a few changes to their Aviator Red and Aviator Silver credit card. So let's take a look at these changes. What does it mean for you? And as always, I'll be answering your questions towards the end of this video. So all of these changes that I'm going to talk about tonight are going to go into effect on May 1st. So you still have a little bit of time before these changes take effect, but they will be taking effect as of May 1st. So what are the changes coming to both the silver and the Aviator Red card? So let's start with the red card because that's probably going to affect more of you out there since the silver card isn't highly sought after right now because you can only get it by upgrading, not by applying. So let's start with the biggest loss on this card. And that's the fact you're going to be losing that 10% rebate when you were to redeem your points and redeem your AA miles. And that was limited to 10,000 miles redemptions you get back every year. Now, this was a great benefit. I think this is actually a reason why some people actually kept this credit card because you can get the priority perks and other stuff as well with the city card. But I think this one here is a whole was a big reason for that mid-level card. Now, something else they're going to be doing is they're going to be removing, and I don't think many people use this to begin with, they're going to be removing that $100 in-flight or that $100 flight discount when you spend $30,000 or more in a year. And they're going to be replacing it with a companion ticket after you were to spend $20,000 in a year. Now, I recently just did a video, I think the other week, talking about companion passes and airlines and credit cards that offer them. And I'm going to say the same thing as I said in that video. I would not be going out of my way to spend $20,000 on this credit card. Now, I do think one positive change they're making to this card is that you're going to receive an annual Wi-Fi credit of $25 towards in-flight Wi-Fi on American Airlines flights. Now, I'm actually a fan of this one. I've said it before. I like the idea that it's more broad and not just like the go-go Wi-Fi because I've more recently myself, I haven't had as many go-go Wi-Fi equipped planes. This makes it more broad, and I am a fan of this change for them. And if you're someone who had the old legacy US Airways credit card and you had an anniversary bonus of 10,000 miles a year, well, that's going away as well. And you know what? This is the annual fee on this is going to be going up just slightly, $4 to $99. Now let's take a look at the Aviator Silver changes. Now this is going to affect fewer of you, but I do think this is the more positive of the two credit card changes. So this one is the fees increasing on this card as well from $195 to $199 credit card as well. And just like the Aviator Red, the silver credit card, Aviator Silver, is going to be losing that 10% rebate on the miles you would redeem. Now, I do think this is a big loss, but they made up for it, I think, on the back end with a couple other benefits. Because I think if you have this credit card, you're someone who probably flies American Airlines more consistently. Because now also you're going to receive up to a $50 Wi-Fi credit for American Airline flights. And I think that, again, nice benefit. And it's even double what you could get for the Aviator Red card. So this is good. This could be good for a couple of flights as well. Now, I think the big benefit here that they made an adjustment for people, if you fly American Airlines often, you're going to receive up to a $25 daily statement credit for in-flight food or drinks. Now, this is way better than I think that 25% garbage discount they were giving you on in-flight food and drinks beforehand. But a $25 daily statement credit is potentially a really good benefit for people who fly them consistently. So if you are someone who travels them for work or even more than just a couple times a year, you could really make out on this. And then one thing they're also making an adjustment on as well is that companion certificate that they offer on this card, they're reducing that spending threshold from $30,000 down to $20,000. But again, even out of that there, I would not be going my way to spend $20,000 on this credit card. Now, both flights are going to be offering something called Flight Sense as well. Now, what this is that American Airlines will round up your purchase to the nearest dollar. And then you're going to purchase American Airline miles, but at 2 cents a piece. Now, you can do this for up to $500 a month if you wanted to, but I really think this is a terrible offer because I really don't think anybody should be buying American Airline miles at 2 cents a pop. It's just really not a good offer. Now, I do think if you're someone who does fly consistently on American Airlines, the Aviator Silver is definitely going to be the better card here. I like that $25 daily food credit, and even that Wi-Fi credit is pretty nice as well, since it's broad. Now, the red card overall, I think, is a negative change because of the fact we're losing that 10% rebate. They're adding a $25 Wi-Fi credit, which is good for maybe one flight. But I don't think that really makes up for that loss in benefit of that 10% rebate. And I think if, and like I said, if you're someone who flies American Airlines more than a couple times a year, the silver card's really you should be looking. But that 10% rebate does hurt. Now, if you're someone who held the red card for that 10% discount, you definitely want to reevaluate the fact of that $99 fee. Now, I think for most people, these are some negative changes. This is mostly negative changes, and you're losing that most valuable benefit. But if you're someone who had the silver card, or if you had the red card and you fly American Airlines consistently, then it may be worth for you to keep that silver, even look to upgrading that silver credit card, since it does have, I think, better benefits as of this refresh. Now, let me see if there are any questions here real fast. Let's see. Hoping they refresh the business card. Yeah, Kyle, I hope they're looking to refresh that business card as well. I'm sure something will come in the works for that, but nothing as of this time. Heard AA and ending alliance. Heard Etihad and AA alliance is ending soon. How can you use miles on Etihad flights? Any good Etihad cases out of New England? So, Roth, right now that has been rumored by some pretty reliable sources, I would say. It hasn't happened as of yet. So how you can use American airline miles on Etihad flights, you need to search on American Airlines first. And what you're going to search for on American Airlines is saver availability. Now, that's going to be, you're going to see that saver availability. Now, it does need to occur on American Airline metal. So that should mean that you aren't able to see a saver flight where you're flying British Airways. It has to be on American Airline metal. Now, what you're going to do from that is that you're going to have to then call Etihad and book that. And the reason why that's a good value is that you're basically booking on the old American Airlines award chart, which is beneficial. So for like Europe, it's 20,000, and during the off peak, it has better business class mileage costs and even better first class as well. I think even over to Asia. So that's how you would look at that there. It's a little bit more time consuming. I think I did a video talking about it, at least mentioning it in a previous video. So check the other demonstrations I've done. I think I did talk about that when I talked about booking American airline flights. I was wondering if the City A, that's a good question, Lionel. I do think that we're going to potentially see City follow suit here. If Barclay get rid of that 10% rebate, there's nothing really holding City back from potentially doing that as well. So we'll have to see if they're going to do that. My guess is they're probably going to. Let's see, unknown. I want to downgrade. Is that possible? Yes, unknown. You can downgrade to the Aviator Blue, but it doesn't really have any great benefits. So I don't necessarily think it's worth holding on to have that card. You don't get the free check bag. You don't get the priority boarding. You do get the reduced mileage awards. I think it's only 5,000 miles instead of 7,500 miles. So I really don't see any benefit to keeping that card. I mean, you do get like a 25% in-flight benefit if you're buying food or drink. But overall, I don't think the Aviator Blue card is worth holding on to. For AA, let's see, Kyle. Okay, for American Airlines, an interesting workaround I've been doing, AMX, Marriott, Alaska. You could do that, Kyle. You're burning a lot of points to do that. I know Alaska has some really great benefits as far as like a one-way, you can have a stopover on a one-way ticket. I would also look to use American Express as far as using Etihad at this time. That may be subject to change very soon. We'll also look to use Iberia and British Airways. That those offer some value as well. So definitely take a look at that. I think when you're burning them over, you're losing that, the 3-to-1 ratio from Marriott to Alaska. It might not necessarily be the best value for you. Definitely run the numbers. It could be, but just in a lot of cases, running those down may not be the best option for you. Let's see. Any other questions here? I don't think any questions right now. I did want to make a note. I had a comment from, I think it was Kelly Brown today, also letting people know that there was Delta has increased their offer on the Delta Gold, which is now back up to 60,000 again for the public offer, plus a $50 statement credit after $2,000 spend. But I think the better offer there is probably the Delta Platinum card, which is publicly offering a 75,000 point bonus plus a $100 statement credit after you spend $3,000 all in the first 90 days. Remember, American Express does have their once in a lifetime rule, so I would take a look at that if you're interested. Any rule of thumb how long the 120,000 IHG may stick around? Ross, I'm not exactly sure how long that 120,000 IHG credit card is going to be sticking around. I would think at least a couple of weeks. Just a little tip for you, don't apply through anyone's links. You can hop over probably to IHG's website and make a dummy booking. You'd also receive a $50 statement credit. So I know a lot of people are going to be talking about that credit card and that 120,000 point offer, which is the best we've seen on it. But you can definitely get a $50 statement credit if you were going to book a dummy booking. Amex Marriott is 1 to 3. Nope, the 1 to 3 is old, Kyle. That was when it was SPG. Now that it's all back, now that it's all equal, and it's now Marriott Bonvoy, stupid name. It's now a 1-to-1 conversion. So you definitely want to keep that in mind. So now it's Marriott to Amex to Marriott is 1-to-1. Then you'd be going from 3-to-1. It was before the merger. It was a 1 to 3, then 3-to-1. So it is no longer that the case. Okay, let's see. I do just want to let everyone know, I am having a giveaway right now for reaching 2,000 subscribers. So, I want to again thank you all for subscribing to the channel. I do appreciate all your support, but I am giving away 3 $20 Amazon gift cards. I'll put a link to that video down below as well. So it was a short video, so you guys can enter that if you haven't entered already. I'm going to be making that the drawing ends, or the contest ends next Wednesday at like 5 p.m. And I'll be announcing the winners on Thursday, probably in the community tab. So I want you to tell me, what do you think of these Aviator changes from Barclay? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Do you plan to keep them? Are you indifferent on it? So I just want to thank everyone for tuning in to YouTube Live. If you like this video, consider giving it a thumbs up. Or if you know somebody who might benefit from this video, feel free to share it with them. If you want to help support the channel, a simple way is to use the links on the website or in the description below. I post videos every Thursday. So if you like learning about credit cards, points, miles, cash back, or just thought of traveling for less, consider hitting the subscribe button down below. And I will see you all on Thursday. And also, who gave the thumbs down before I even started? I mean, at least listen to the bad information before you give the thumbs down, right? So, all right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night. Safe travels. Take care.